Hey guys, what's up? It's Biscuitboo Horror Reviews. I've got a collection in general update. I've got some art, I've got a book, I've got a few movies, I've got a VHS tape, I've got a number of vinyl records here, and some original art that my friends have made for me. So, let's just get into this. I figured I'll start with the movies, just because, like, that's what I'm known for, and I'll start with that stuff, and if anybody wants to stick around for the artwork and know where you can find artwork like this, then you're more than welcome to check the description, because I'll have a few links in the description, maybe not as soon as this gets uploaded, but within the next day or so after it's uploaded. So, went to a thrift store, did some thrifting. Been a while since I've really been in a thrift store, since before COVID happened. Actually, the last time I was in a thrift store was 2019. So about exactly 3 years ago, actually. So I went to my local thrift store and I found a few movies. So let's just start them off. I've got a copy, which I didn't even realize until now, has like tape all over it, like to where they tried to tape it back together years ago. But it's a copy of Rosemary's Baby, the iconic, classic, important Roman Polanski film. Roman Polanski isn't a fun person to talk about or say anything about. All I'll say is that fucker should be long dead by now. I want to buy Rosemary's Baby on like Blu-ray because I don't own it, but I'm not gonna buy it as long as Polanski is still alive because he'll get money. So I figured buying a VHS copy is like the next best thing, and the artwork is iconic and great as ever. Rosemary's Baby. Do I really need to say much about this film? Based on a novel, woman is pregnant. The baby might be the devil or the Antichrist or something like that. Very tense, very paranoid horror film, very good film. Just set that on the ground. I found this sealed at a thrift store, which I thought was kind of wild. It's Sicko, the Michael Moore documentary. I found this for like $2 sealed. I don't like to talk politics on my channel too much, so I'll keep this one pretty short, similar to how I did with Rosemary's Baby. Sicko is a documentary that Michael Moore made in about, I think, like 2007, and it's basically about how in America, a lot of people get fucked over on healthcare, and a lot of people die horrible, painful deaths because they can't get medical coverage. As somebody who is a type 1 diabetic who gets fucked over by fucking insurance companies consistently, I relate to this documentary quite a bit. I've heard some people claim that, like, in the years since this was made, it hasn't been as bad. I can't confirm or deny that because I'm still currently really struggling with the healthcare thing. So, we'll see where that goes. I have healthcare coverage right now, thank Christ, but, I'm not... that shit's gonna run out here soon, homie. But enough about my life, enough about my problems. Good documentary. I think it's worth seeing, worth checking out. It's very eye-opening if you know nothing about the healthcare situation in the United States. Specifically, if you do live in a country that has centralized healthcare, it's very eye-opening. It's going straight from like horribly depressing, sad documentary that makes me want to kill myself into a movie that I'm nostalgic for from my childhood. It's Looney Tunes Back in Action. This was $1.99 at my thrift store. This is like it's a used copy. Like, it smells old. It's very obviously old because it's the fucking old, like, cardboard DVD packaging that, like, they don't do anymore, which is great that they don't do it because it's awful. But, like, it's weird to me because I'm pretty sure if you buy a DVD copy of Eight-Legged Freaks new, even today, it still comes in the classic cardboard case, like this. But yeah, Looney Tunes back in action. Great live action slash animated film. It's got Brendan Fraser in it. It's got Martin. What is it? Steve Martin in it. Um, it's really great. It's directed by Joe Dante. When this movie came out, nobody really cared or saw it, and it kind of got this reputation that it was like a bad movie, which is really weird. Because this is really good. Last I checked, this wasn't on Blu-ray. I can't be too sure, but this isn't on Blu-ray. It needs a Blu-ray release because this is like one of Brendan Fraser's best movies, in my opinion. Like for me, it's like this and The Mummy, and then Encino Man. But yeah, classic, great film. And then I've got this, which again I was surprised to find this for like $3. It's not like in perfect condition. There's a couple like small scratches on one of these discs, which is the disc that has 2 movies on it. It's a flipper disc, which that happens very often when you have flipper discs, which is why flipper discs are not the way to do a DVD collection. I don't care if you're doing it on a budget. But it is the Austin Powers collection. I don't talk about comedies too much on my channel because I'm mainly review horror, and that's where I like to keep it at with reviews. However, the Austin Powers movies are all 3 of them very fun parodies of James Bond. I know nothing about James Bond. I've never seen a James Bond movie, and I'm kind of proud to say that because it doesn't seem like a very interesting franchise to me. You know, maybe I'll watch the classic James Bond. Maybe I'll watch Dr. No someday, just because I know like that's like the first, at least the first really big one. I want to see the TV movie adaptation of Casino Royale that has Peter Lorre as the villain. I want to see that one just because I love Peter Lorre. But these are like some of Mike Myers' best films. There's been talks for decades about a Austin Powers 4. I'd like to see it personally. I know Vern Troyer has since passed away. May he rest in peace. You know, which feels kind of scummy to do it without him. But like at the same time, I don't know. Like at the same time, you know, if the idea that they have is solid enough and they can do it without Vern, then I think that would be very good. But yeah, the 3-film set. The Spy Who Shagged Me is on its own disc. Meanwhile, the flipper disc is International Man of Mystery and Goldmember, which is really weird because like the International Man of Mystery is the first one. Why would it be on a flipper disc with Goldmember and not The Spy Who Shagged Me? I have no fucking clue. Yeah, it is. This is a flipper disc with yeah, this is a flipper disc with Goldmember and International Man of Mystery. How do you fuck this up so bad? I'm starting to think maybe I didn't get my money's worth on this for the $3 that I paid for it. But you know, we'll find out when I find out if it works or not in a year or so when I rewatch them. I guess I'll move on to the vinyl now because that's another thing that I'm kind of known for. I went thrifting. Like I said, and I got a few interesting little additions to the vinyl collection to show off here. This first one I grabbed because it was like, this is like the only 7-inch they had. Like they had a bunch of 7-inches, but this is like one of the only ones that was in a protective sleeve, and it was in really good condition, and I've listened to it, and this is in perfect condition. Like this was maybe listened to once. I'm never gonna listen to it again. I bought it because it was weird, but it is a memoriam record from 1964, I think. I looked it up. I can't remember what year exactly. Yeah, I don't know what year that Kennedy was assassinated. It's the voice of John F. Kennedy, and it's his inauguration let me see, highlights from the nomination acceptance speech and the inaugural address, and it has the oath of office, his oath of office on it. It was in memoriam. This was like, I think it says, I mean, okay, so, and also, something I hate is this thrift store does stickers. This sticker, you cannot peel this off without damaging it, because this is a paper slip. So, literally, I have to keep this on, otherwise there's going to be a huge white spot without anything on it on this. I learned that lesson on one of these other ones very early on. Thankfully, before I got to this one. Not that this one is, like, worth anything that I know of. This was also at a Radio Shack that used to be on, let's see, 4290 High Street in Columbus, Ohio, zip code 3214. Or wait, is that the zip code, or am I just... That might not be the zip code. That might just be the store number. I'm stupid. But yeah, this was at a Radio Shack in Columbus, Ohio at some point, which I live just outside Columbus. But I found this in the thrift store outside of Columbus. So this has traded hands a couple times probably. But still, very interesting little, like, piece to throw in with my weird collection of 7-inch releases. I've also got one here. This one didn't have a slip when I grabbed it, but, like, I grabbed it because it was $2, and I couldn't say no to a 7-inch that is that has a song on it called I don't know if it's visible there. It says, yeah, Groovy Grub Worm. And let me tell you, this has got some scratches on it. It skips a bit. I should say that one plays perfectly. This one has some scratches on it, very visible scratches. It skips a little bit. It's very rough audio-wise. I tried to clean it the best I can. I'm not a professional. But, yeah, it's just a 7-inch that has moose trout on one side. And on the other side, we've got the Groovy Grub Worm. So, yeah. The Groovy Grub Worm unironically goes hard as fuck. I found out that this, not this release, but this group, which is Harlow Wilcox and the Okies, is on Spotify. So if you want to listen to these songs, you can listen to them on Spotify. These are both pretty solid little tracks, though. I couldn't see myself putting this on, like, you know, regularly or anything, but, like, this is definitely something that's fun to have, and if I ever have, like, a listening session with my turntable and my records with my friends, this one's gonna definitely go on. Same with this next one, which is the only full-size LP that I purchased, and this one is in a little rough condition, but $2, I couldn't say no to an album called Beat That Damn Drum. When this is listed online, it's mainly referred to as Beat That Drum, but the title is literally Beat That hash mark, question mark, exclamation point, asterisk, which I think that's actually is that a pound sign? I might be wrong on that. I'm not good with the English language, obviously. But this is like, I didn't listen to both sides of this, but I listened to the side A before I recorded this video, and it's definitely pretty good. It's a pretty interesting album. I don't know what I would describe it as. It's like mainly instrumentals, and like the thing is, I can find an album by this artist called Beat That Drum on Spotify, but it doesn't have this artwork. And this song, the track list is not the same. There's some water damage, like very visible water damage on this. But this plays pretty well. It's not too damaged. It definitely skips a little. It's definitely buzzy. It's definitely pops. But it's not awful. This is like the first time I've ever really dived into the like buying cheap stuff from thrift stores, because I've always been wary of it, because I know that you can get shit that's like damaged and unlistenable. And I'm happy that the few things that I've grabbed are actually relatively listenable pieces, but they're interesting little oddities to throw into the collection, and I'm not against that. This one is a gift from my friend Allie, who did my Schrock, which you can't see, it's off frame, but if you watch my updates, you know what I'm just gonna fucking, there we go, the green thing right there that's swaying, the Schrock. She made that stained glass piece as a gift for me, and she gave me this because she bought a turntable and didn't realize that like it doesn't have built-in speakers. So she bought this to listen to on it from a thrift store, and never got the chance to listen to it. But this is a promotional release from the year 2000 from the artist Pop da Brown Hornet. I haven't listened to this yet, even though I told her 2 weeks ago when she gave this to me that I would listen to this as soon as I had time. This is basically a promo vinyl that was like released to, like it literally says on the middle piece, on the sticker, on the label, it says, yeah, for promotional only, not for resale, which is why she bought it, which, to be fair, if I saw this for $1 at a thrift store and it said not for sale, I would probably try to buy it too. It's only got 2 songs on it, I'm So and Sun Never Chill, and it's got the clean version, the instrumental version, and the explicit version of Sun Never Chill, and then it's got the clean version, the instrumental version, and the explicit version of I'm So. So it's just the same song 3 times in varying different versions on both sides. Interesting release. I looked it up on Discogs. It's not really worth much or anything. This is like a pretty easy thing to get your hands on, supposedly. Or maybe it's not, and maybe it's just not worth much, because there are things out there that are rare that aren't worth much. It's just like how there are things out there that aren't rare that are worth a lot. There's, you know. So, yeah. That's an interesting one from Allie. And she also made me some art, which I will show off when I get to the art. The rest of the vinyls I have, 3 of them are King Gizzard albums, so get ready to hear me suck King Gizzard's dick for a few minutes. I've got their most recent album, at least as of recording this video, Omnium Gatherium. Or wait, not Gatherium, but Omnium Gatherum. I forget that there's not another, like, T in there. Omnium Gatherum, which is Latin for a gathering of miscellaneous objects. And this album is a double album. It's 80 minutes long in total. And it is an album that is, from what I've heard, it's almost entirely just songs, very similar to their album Oddments. It's like songs that were just like left on the cutting room floor. From what I've heard, that they created transitions for and re-recorded, which is really interesting, and a good way to like not let any creative output go to waste. But this is a great album. This is like, everybody says, like, so many people are like, this is the worst King Gizzard album. This is not. This is far from the worst King Gizzard album. In fact, I'd say this is like in top 5 for their albums, because it goes all over the place. The first track, which is the entirety of Side A, is 18 minutes long, and it's just a song about, like, you know, political corruption and how the planet Earth is fucked because we keep destroying it. And then you have, like, Magenta Mountain, Kepler 22b, you know, which are very, not similar songs, but, like, you listen to them and you're like, yeah, this is the same band. And immediately following Kepler 22b is Gaia, which is a thrash song. I'm pretty sure it's technically like a thrash song. Which then leads into Ambergris, which is like an R&B track, which leads into City Sorceress, which is almost a new metal track. Leads into Evilest Man, which is another just like psych rock banger. The Garden Goblin, which that leads into, is like a weird Casio synth kind of nightmare, just talking about goblins. Blame It on the Weather is another one that's kind of like an R&B track. Persistence, like which leads into the Grim Reaper, which is full on just a new metal song. Leads into another song that's like pretty fucking chill. It's a vibe, which then leads into Predator X, which is another metal song. Red Smoke, I can't even describe to you what that is. Same with the last two tracks, Candles and Funeral. Like, there are tracks on this album that I have a hard time placing the genres of them, but this is like just everything that King Gizzard is and so much more. It is literally just like a sampling of everything that they can do and everything that they, can do, and I think do very successfully. This is a really, really great album, and I highly recommend it, especially if you aren't familiar with this band yet, and you like music, you like psychedelic rock. This is a really good album to start with, because it has a little sampling of everything, and you can find other albums in their discography that have very similar sounds to certain tracks on this album. Specifically, Gaia and Predator X feel like they are straight from their thrash metal album Infest the Rat's Nest, for example. After that, I got the King Gizzard album Nonagon Infinity, which this is one of the albums that they did a while ago. I forget when this one came out. But this is a really great psych rock album, and the whole gimmick of the album is that you can listen to it on loop because the end of it fades into the beginning of it. So it's like literally Nonagon Infinity. It's never ending. It's got cool little pieces of individual artwork on the back for the different songs, which I think is really nice. The artwork is nice. This is a really great album. Another really great banging album from KG. And finally, this last one is a pretty cool one. It's a bootleg. It's a vinyl bootleg of the King Gizzard album Polygon to Wonderland, which is one of my favorites. This is from Drastic Plastic Records. This is one of the albums this is the King Gizzard album that is in the public domain. So you can do whatever you want with this. You can find this on the Internet Archive very easily. If you want to burn copies of this and sell it, you want to put copies on tape or vinyl and sell it, you legally can. This is in the public domain. I'm pretty sure you can even use this in your movie if you want, which is amazing to have something this funky and like psychedelic in the public domain as far as music goes. I'm sure there's I'm sure there's a decent amount of like stuff that's like psychedelic and kind of groovy in the public domain. I'm sure there has to be, maybe, I would assume so, but I've yet to encounter, I've never dived into public domain music, but I've yet to encounter public domain music that sounds like this. This is a really cool album. It's great. I love it. And this version of it is a gatefold, which I kind of want to get out just to show you the gatefold, which is kind of a pain in the ass. Oh wait, I didn't show you the colors, actually. I have to go back, because I have to show you the colors on the vinyl for Nonagon Infinity, because it is fucking gnarly looking. It is a fucking gnarly looking little LP. We got, okay, what is this? This is side B, and yeah, side A, and side B. Very, very, very beautiful little slip. nice picture of Stu there. Trying to be as careful as possible because vinyl as a format is like, it's a great format, I love it, but like it's fucked. You have to be super careful. Speaking of being super careful, I'm gonna try to be super careful with this. Yeah, it is supposed to. Ooh, I forgot I put the. I took it out of the slip in the middle just because I didn't want to have to deal with the gatefold every time I take this album out. But it's like this, and then it splits right down the middle like that. Whoa! And then you slip inside this little pocket is where the vinyl itself goes, and the color on this one is a very nice kind of blue. You know, really, really nice stuff. It's a bit of a fucking bitch to get back in the slip, which is like, you know, the plastic bag. But we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it live, just so you can see me struggle. Ah, fuck. Starting to remember why I don't take this one out of the fucking plastic ever, which I'm never gonna do again after that ordeal that I just had to fucking handle. So I'm just gonna slip it right on the top here. Yeah, you're not seeing any of this vinyl closing action. And then the last LP, the last album. I don't know why I'm saying LP so much these days. The last album I have here is a hip-hop album. I'm not too well-versed in hip-hop, but, like, there's one experimental group that I'm into, which might be obvious by the fact that, like, you know, I look the way I do, but I'm talking about Death Grips, their debut album, The Money Store. I finally have this on vinyl. I'm kind of trying to, shine get the glare right on the breasts that are on the cover so I don't gotta get fucked. Really great album, really great experimental hip-hop album. I'm sure most people know this one. Great track listing though. Get Got, The Fever, Lost Boys, Blackjack, Hustle Bones. Hustle Bones is fucking amazing. I've Seen Footage, Double Helix, System Blower, fucking... What is this? Is it the Cane? Punk Wait, Fuck That, Bitch Please, Hacker. Oh god. Wait, I need to double check what that song was on the lyric sheet. The Caged. Okay, I was about to say that's one of those songs on there that I don't be putting on too often. But, yeah, this one's nice. I really like this album. I'm happy that it's back in print on vinyl. I wish we could get their debut mixtape, Ex-Military, back in print on vinyl. But I don't know if that's ever going to happen. This one's nice as well. It's a nice white and black kind of split down the middle, just like the album artwork. Very nice little release we got going on here. God, you guys ready to get into the rest of this video? We're already a half hour into this, and we're not even done yet. Holy fuck. Am I gonna have to... Okay, I can pause this for a second. Okay, there we go. Sorry, I had to fucking fiddle around with this for like a solid minute in order to get it back in there. Okay, as for the art, from my friend Allie, who's linked for her Etsy. I don't know if she's doing things on there as often, but I'll still put it in the description just because I want to show support for your girl. My friend Allie made me this lighter, which broke. The lighter broke immediately as soon as I got it. So it's mainly just a statue now, but it is called a heavier. It is a lighter that you cannot lose. This is flocked with peacock feathers. It's got an eyeball on it with a tongue coming out of the eyeball, which if you look closely, there's like little drobbles of drool on the tongue, which is really nice. It's got 2 legs. You just kind of sit it, like that, wherever you want to store that bad boy. There's a very, very nice handmade gift that she just made for me. Like I said, it was a lighter at one point. It broke. It's got my initials on it and the word piss. This is a very beautiful gift that has been given to me for free, and I will cherish this for the rest of my days. This is made out of concrete, by the way. This is a chunk of fucking concrete. Like I said, it's the lighter that is impossible to steal and impossible to lose. Because you're not going to forget where a chunk of fucking concrete is. And here's the other heavier, which she made this for fun. She made a few of them. And I was like, hey, can I have this since my, like, really cool heavier is broken? And she said, yeah. And it's, look at this. It's a little chunk of concrete. And it's a watermelon with the lighter in it. And the lighter has been painted the same color as the watermelon inside. It, you know, works, which is all you can ask for in a heavier, is that it works, and that it looks kind of cool when you like have it just chilling wherever. Okay, I have some art that has actually been in the channel background for a minute, but like I just never got around to really shouting out the artist, who was a very nice person. I guess I'll start with this one. And I'll put this guy's fucking website in the description, you know, just so you can go check him out. But this is one thing I bought from him. It's a framed tile that he painted. He's a spray paint stencil artist. And I mean, obviously, if you don't know what this is, you're out of the loop. But this is a very iconic image to us horror fans. He signed it right there on the back, JS. And there's a hint right there at the top, H3, if you need a hint. But I've had this in the background for a minute. It's just with how things are situated right now, I can't really like show off the background too much. So I've got it like right here. There we go. Now it's visible. And this is the other thing I bought from him, which this is like the thing that I heard about him for. He spray paints the spray paint VHS tape art, and I bought this one from him a few months ago. It is Godzilla. It's of course like I think this is Legendary Godzilla, or the Godzilla from the like 2014 American version, which is kind of dumb. But still, this is still really nice stencil spray paint art. I know you can't feel it because it's a video, but if you actually feel it, this is like legit layers of paint that have been applied, which is very, very nice. This is a very nice piece. Again, signed on the back. This dude's name is Jerry Shirts, and his website is www.artisticaerosol.com. There's the sticker on the back. And this is another one that's been just kind of chilling, like right here in front of the Invasion of the Blood Farmers poster for a minute now. You might not have noticed. Also, art I bought is a couple pieces by this guy, Danny Frank, who his socials are all right there. I will put them in the description. Just, you know, please don't murder me. This is a piece I bought from him. It's a little It's a horned guy. I haven't gotten a frame for this yet, so it's still in the plastic sleeve he gave it to me in. So that's why it's kind of hard to show off. But it's a little, you can kind of see it right there. He's got 2 eyes, but it's a guy with the horns. It's a very interesting piece. I don't know why. I was really drawn to it. I really liked it. I got a nice frame for it though. And another thing I bought from my boy Danny Frank is this one, which I did buy a frame for because it's like really small. So the frame for it was like literally like $5. And it's a nice little piece of a fairy, which I don't have this hanging up on the channel set, but I figured I'd like show this and like give the man a shout out either way. Next I went to the Mothman Festival. I didn't really say anything about it because it was kind of a last minute trip. Otherwise I would have like said something on all my social media and been like, hey, if you see me down there, say hi, if you are attending. But not that I think that I have a fan base big enough to like, you know, have people flocking to me if they see me. But, you know, I sometimes like to tell people like, hey, I'm going to Cinema Wasteland. If you see me, if you attend, don't be afraid to say hi. You know, I always say that with Cinema Wasteland, so I kind of wanted to say that with this, but it was a last minute thing that my friend sprung on me. I'd never been to the Mothman Festival. Very interesting event to attend. One of my friends was vending there, which I have some stuff from him that I'll show off. First I got this piece, which they didn't give me a fucking business card. If they would have given me a business card with this or had some out on the table, I would have grabbed one so I could tell you who this artist is. But I can't. But this is a little piece that I bought from them. A little, nice little canvas, like one-of-a-kind hand-painted piece. It's of a gray crossing the street. Look at the little boy. Handsome boy. The street itself is like painted with like the nice metallic gold. It's very, very nice. You can see the like actual texture of it. Like this is, you know, this is not a print. This is a hand-painted piece, which is very, very nice. I really like it. I don't know what I would hang this at because I have so many pieces of art like this. So this one might just go like up here with the Jeremy Shirts piece, and there we go. It's not super clear, but it's there. I might find another place to put it, but that's where it's going to go for now. I hit up my friend Danner, who is also known as on Etsy. I think he has an Etsy. I'll put his link in the description for his shop where you can buy these stickers. But he was selling some stickers based on various cryptids and stuff. I got this holographic one of the Flatwoods Monster, which is kind of hard to look at, but I really liked it. I really liked it when I saw it, so I grabbed it. I got this one of the Loveland Frogman, which, I don't know if you guys know this, but in the Ohio lore, in the lore for Ohio, there is a Frogman in Loveland, Ohio. I just want to make sure that you guys know that, because some people don't know that. We got the Fresno Nightcrawlers. I love these little dudes. And we got the Flatwoods Monster, again. I was going to get his Mothman sticker, but his Mothman stickers were completely sold out. And he told me he made extra for the event, too. But I'll put his link in the description. I'm pretty sure his store on Etsy is Conjure Dust Designs. But I'll, again, link in the description for that man. John Russo, co-writer of Night of the Living Dead, was there. I don't know why he was in attendance. Maybe just to get whatever little money he can. Because, let's be fair, nobody knows who John Russo is. If you know who John Russo is, it's because you like cult horror films and you know a little bit about the genre, about genre filmmaking. It's not because you're like, oh yeah, that's the guy who helped write Night of the Living Dead. Like, nobody, not, like, the average person does not know that. So him attending seemed weird. But I bought a copy of his book, Midnight, which has been turned into a film that he directed in the 80s. There's also like a remake of it, apparently, which I didn't know about, which is why it says now major motion picture from director Gary Lee Vincent. And the cover art is actually like the poster artwork for the remake, which sucks ass. I hate to say it, but it sucks ass. They should have gone with the poster art for the original Midnight, which is like the decrepit zombie with the fucking long hair, like holding a chalice full of blood. It looks like a fucking Death album cover. Um, yeah, I've always wanted to read Midnight ever since I saw the film a few years ago. I have the audiobook on Audible, so I'll probably just end up listening to the audiobook and maybe like reading along with it. Because I'm not good at like physically reading, but like he didn't. If they would have had, if you would have had Blu-ray copies of like the Severin Blu-ray of Midnight, I would have immediately grabbed that bitch up and had him sign it because I don't have that Blu-ray yet and I want to buy it. But he didn't. He didn't even have old DVD copies of Midnight. He just had copies of the fucking remake. So that's kind of weird and dumb. The other movies he had there didn't really interest me too much, so I figured I'd grab the novel of Midnight, and he actually signed it for me to Cody Ghoulishly Yours. From John Russo. I also bought. Have I been fucking that up the whole time? I hope I haven't been fucking that up the whole time. I bought some zombie dirt. This is a little vial of dirt that is, again, for all I know, this is dirt that he dug up in town, but this is supposedly dirt from the cemetery where they shot Night of the Living Dead, and I got a rock inside mine, so I got really lucky. But yeah, it's just a vial of dirt. As you can see here, you know, maybe not so much, but on focus for me. No, maybe. I don't know if it's visible or not because my eyesight's bad, but if it's not visible, I'm sorry. But there's glitter in the top of this, and there's holes which you can clearly see, which means that like this was like a shaker for like glitter before he just took the glitter out of it and filled it full of dirt, which I think is funny. It literally has his signature on it in red, and it says Official Night of the Living Dead Zombie Dirt, Evans City, PA. It also comes with this certificate of authenticity from 1993, certifying when, I guess that's when he collected the dirt. This certificate will guarantee that the accompanying dirt is directly from Evans City, Pennsylvania cemetery where the 1968 classic film Night of the Living Dead was filmed. And it's signed by John Russo, but this is printed out. So for all I know, this is like, it's signed by him up top, but it's also signed by him at the bottom. So this is just so for all I know, this is like just a cheap piece of paper. This isn't true at all. Again, I'm not saying John Russo is lying. Please do not assume that. But like, you know, I also don't want people to think that like I'm stupid and that I believe everything that I'm told is what I'm trying to get across here. We also have a nice little card, nice little holographic card. I'm pretty sure this is the zombie that John Russo had a cameo in the film as, and again, signed right on the face, John Russo. And I don't know who signed the back of these, but this is like a promotional card from '93, celebrating the 25th anniversary of Night of the Living Dead. Which I have the like 25th anniversary DVD that John Russo did, adding new scenes to the film. So I have that DVD. I have that limited edition DVD in my collection. But you know, nice little card. You know, get these three things together. It's a nice little piece. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I'll probably. I might have to frame like these two in something and like just have those or keep them somewhere on the ready just so I can be like, no, this is legit zombie dirt. I swear to God, I got it from the man who wrote the movie and helped write the movie himself. That's it for this update. This has been a long one. This has been about an hour. I haven't done a good hour-long recording session in a minute. Maybe not an hour. It's been 44 minutes as of now. But that's it for this update, at least as far as I know. I don't want to be coming back as Captain Forgetful again, but I might have to if I forgot something. But that's it for now, guys. Anyway, this is Biscuit Boo Horror Reviews, signing off. Peace.